Would you believe that there was such a thing as a his and her airborne group from the Second World War? Now, you're probably wondering, how is that possible, since women were not allowed to attend the parachute course and did not serve in quote-unquote airborne units. But we actually have here at Heritage Arsenal a group of such a batch of insignia attributed to Rod and Helen Glassford. Now, Rod Glassford was a paratrooper in the 503rd Parachute Infantry Regiment that fought in the Pacific, and in fact during training appeared on the November 3rd, 1942 cover of Look magazine. After completing the combat parachute assault in Lae, New Guinea on the 5th of September 1943, which is actually featured in this Douglas Aircraft Company ad, he was assigned as a parachute instructor to the parachute school at Fort Benning, Georgia. There he met a Women's Army Corps soldier who was one of the first 12 female parachute riggers at Lawson Army Airfield. Helen, as you can see, pictured on the left of this larger photograph, which by the way is their wedding photograph from Phoenix City, Alabama. You can see that she actually wears the airborne insignia similar to her husband. Though she was not parachute qualified, she did ride in the aircraft and watch chutes that she had packed jumped by male parachutists. What we also have is an early version of the 503rd patch that Rod wore as a combat patch on his uniform. It's really interesting and characteristic. It has the wool blanket border, so these were essentially embroidered directly onto pieces of blanket wool and then cut out individually. We have Rod's cap patch as well as his glider badge in the center, but what's actually extremely rare is the unauthorized sterling silver set of rigger wings, and those were Helen's. And several examples exist now that have been since reproduced since World War II. But these are actually attributed. And what's great about it is she's wearing them in both of the photographs that appear here. Very distinctive block capital letter R for rigger, soldered or affixed to the front of the canopy. Just a fabulous example that I have never seen attributed until we obtained this group of insignia. So what you have here is a his and her World War II airborne group that we wanted to share today from a Hispanic American woman who was a pioneer in her day, and her husband who served a full career as a master sergeant, serving even into Vietnam with MAC V. And it's just a great group of the World War II era from a woman and man who contributed to airborne history.